Ambulance. On the line, Damien. Hello, Damien.
G'day, Neil.
When did it happen?
Thursday night.
Okay, where was it?
A restaurant called the Ivanhoe Steakhouse or Ivanhoe Tavern in Ivanhoe.
Okay, what
Just
time?
near the Austin Hospital.
Near the Austin. What happened?
We were sitting having dinner, and Brian, my mate of 35 years, he sort of lost. He went a bit vague, and then he closed his eyes, and we looked at him, and he was sweating profusely, and then his hands started to shake, one hand, then the other. And he didn't lose consciousness, but he lost control of what he was doing. The restaurateur sort of came over straight away when we started to panic, and we got him down on the floor and laid him down and elevated his feet and rang an ambulance straight away.
What time did you... Now, you've got the numbers on your iPhone that you made the calls, haven't you?
That's right, yep.
So what time was the first one?
First one was at 8:42.
What happened then? No ambulance?
No, well, I was on the phone to them for about 6 minutes, and, they went through all the questions of, what he was going through and how he was feeling and whether he was conscious and that. And they said that, one of us stay out the front to alert the ambulance to, where we actually were.
Yeah.
And, as I said, we were on the phone to him for about 6 minutes and hung up, and we just sort of attended to him while he was sort of almost out cold on the floor.
So he's still sweating and still unwell?
Yeah, and still shaking, and, we went and got some jackets out of our cars and sort of covered him up.
Yep.
And we waited and waited and waited, and 9:23, 40-odd minutes later, I rang them again, and still no ambulance by this time. He was conscious and he was talking, but he was saying how unwell he felt.
Yeah.
And I was on the phone for another couple of minutes to them, and they said, look, it's on the way, and we've got the right address and everything, and so long as he's talking and, hasn't gone into another seizure, as she called it, the ambulance would be there shortly.
Yeah.
That was 9:23. Well, at 10:15 or 10:14, we gave up. The restaurant had cleared out by then. Brian was sort of feeling a bit better. We'd sat him up by that stage, and we put him in the car and took him to the Austin Hospital.
That's an hour and 22.
Mm.
And you took him to hospital. Is he all right?
He's okay. He's had some blood tests. They gave him some blood sugar tests at the hospital and did his blood pressure and everything, and it was a really busy night at the Austin. The emergency room was full, so he sort of opted to go home, and then he went back and saw his family doctor on Friday, and he's had a heap of blood tests and still waiting for the results to find out what it was.
Okay, but it's scary stuff, isn't it?
It was. I mean, everything you hear is, if you think someone's having a stroke or a heart attack, ring an ambulance. So that's what we did.
An hour 22.
Mm.
And how far? So the hospital's just down the road. Where's the nearest ambulance station? Do you know?
Down in Elphington. So the hospital's probably 2 k's away, and the ambulance station's probably 4 k's.
When you got him to hospital, was he seen fairly quickly?
Yeah, they took him straight up to the desk. The nurse came and took all his details, or the receptionist took all his details. We probably had to wait another 15 minutes for the triage nurse to come and hook him up to the blood pressure machine and take his blood sugar and everything. But,
so obviously when you gave them the details, the hospital was concerned enough to react quickly.
Yes.
And the ambulance didn't get there.
And we told them that we'd waited, an hour and a half or whatever it was for an ambulance. So, yeah, they did react fairly quickly.
Thank you, Damien. We'll chase answers again. We seem to do that at least once a week. Get a case like this, have to chase answers. They are under pressure. What's being done to ease that pressure? That's the key point.